Morning class, myself Mrs. Monica Parrett. Welcome to science class, standard 7, chapter number 3, properties of natural resources. Here in a last section we were seeing the properties of soil. In that we have seen what is meant by soil, how the soil is formed, what are the ingredients of soil and how they will be important for that. Next we have seen under the properties of soil how the color defines some qualities of soil, how it is giving the extra information about the soil. Then we have seen the three type of soil. Which will be they? They depend on the soil texture. The types are sandy soil, silt soil and clay soil. In this we have seen the comparison also, that is sandy soil particles are large particles, means large particles proportion is high in sandy soil. In silt soil, medium size particles proportion is high, and in a clay soil, fine particles proportion is high in the clay soil. Then we have answered these few questions. We remain to answer these few questions that we will solve it now. First question, under the use your brain power, we have as why it is difficult to plow the clay soil. So what could we write? As I told you while discussing this, that it is difficult to plow, and how the particles of clay soil, they are very fine and the water holding capacity of clay will be very high. So how we will write this answer is, in a clay soil the proportion of small particles of a soil is more. The soil is too soft. The water logging occur in the soil is very easily, means the storage of water. Therefore, it become difficult to plow the clay soil because the fine particles will stick together to each other. Next we have why it is easy to plow sandy soil. So sandy soil, how we have discussed this? They are the large size particles. The water drainage capacity is high into that, but water holding capacity is very low as compared to the other two. But they are very easy to plow. But we have to write here the reason why it is easy to plow. In the sandy soil, the proportion of large particle is very high. Due to this, water drained rapidly through the sandy soil. So first point we will write about the particles of it. Second point, the water drains rapidly through the it. Now these particles do not dissolve into the water. As they do not dissolve, the water logging will not be possible. So third point you can write, they will not dissolve in the water and can be easily shuffled through the plowing. They will shuffle means they can move from their original position. Easily shuffle through plowing. Therefore, the sandy soil is easier to plow. Third question we have, what is the water holding capacity of silt soil? So what we can write, it's moderate, means greater than the sandy soil but less than the clay soil. The particle size of silt is medium in size. It has a good water holding capacity as compared to what? The sandy soil. It is also called as sedimentary soil, as it has a rich content of sediments and the organic material. All this factor helps silt soil to hold the water. Even the main role is played by the particles of silt soil. Fourth question we have, which soil is suitable for cultivation and why? Which soil is suitable from your point of view? Think and just compare your answer with mine. The mixture of clay soil, little sandy soil and some silt soil is suitable for cultivation, because if we see each property of each of them, they have some advantage as well as disadvantage among them. Okay, some's capacity is to hold water is good, some's easy to plow, so that the roots will get enough oxygen, they can penetrate into deep easily. So these characteristics we will keep in mind. So what is the answer? The mixture of clay soil, little sandy soil and some silt soil is suitable for cultivation. Clay soil has a high water holding capacity. It's the characteristics of clay soil. What is the characteristic of silt soil? Silt soil is rich in organic matter which are required for the plant. Sandy soil helped in plowing. If to this mixture organic fertilizers are added, then the soil provides water and minerals to the growing crop. So the crop will grow easily and the good crop we will get it from this. So what is the answer for this? The mixture of clay soil, little sandy soil and some silt soil are suitable for cultivation. Next point we have as soil structure. The structure of soil depends on different shapes of a particle in it. Different shapes of particle into it means, see, if we see any barren land or any land which is not in use, it forming a particular shape. According to that, the soil structure is defined. Soil occur in the form of columnar, laminar, granular as well as block shaped. I'll show you the types. Laminar. This part is laminar. So how the structure of laminar is? The layers of soil are one after another in the horizontal manner. Okay, you can see like the pancakes are kept on one another. It looks like that. So it is laminar. Next type we have as this one. By seeing the structure, what we can identify? These are the granular soil structure, because like green, like with small particles of a soil are there, they are granular. It's the pictorial representation, it's the original picture of it, how the layers are formed of soil. Laminar, okay, granular. See the green like structure, they are granular, around small particles of it. Next we have columnar. A column like structure are formed. See the blocks we can see in a vertical manner, they look in this manner, a little bit circular shape like a column they are forming. Next type we have as a block. Like the blocks are kept near to each other to fill the gaps. No, it look like this. It's the original picture of block soil structure. What is the importance of soil structure? Because of this, fertility is depend on this. On the soil structure, the fertility of soil will be depend on it. The advantage of good soil structure will be the root will be get sufficient oxygen and the water drain is good. Therefore, the roots of plant grow well. Importance of soil structure. As per the soil structure, the fertility will depend, and as the fertility is important from the plant point of view. And what are the more advantages? As per their structure, root will get sufficient supply of oxygen. Even the root need the oxygen, and that they are taking from the soil. Okay, and the water drain is good. Water drain is good means the water which the plants are taking, that should be drained off, it should not be blocked. Okay, therefore roots of plant will grow well. Now we will see next point as uses of soil. See this picture. By seeing this picture, what we can infer? What it is? Brick, an earthen pot, some vessels of house, a teacup, a multani mitti. These are the uses of soil. These are well known for us. So what we can write from this? We'll write according to their properties and we'll write the examples of it. First point we have in the uses of soil is plant conservation. How the plant's conservation point will be? Because whatever the plants take a growth, they help. They take a growth under the soil. Under the soil means by the help of soil. When we cultivate anything, we cultivate it in the soil. So to help the plants to grow, plant conservation is done by using the soil. Next point we have a water conservation. How the water conservation will be? See, the soil holds water. What will be the result of it? As a result, by means of ponds and a lake, we get the water for use throughout the year. As the soil absorbs the water is gets stored under the land. And some in case of pond, the water is held into that for the latter use throughout the year. Next property we have as plasticity. What is meant by plasticity? Plasticity means molding into the according to our wish. Molding into anything is called as plasticity. See, soil can be given any required shape. We can, like a clay, a soil dough if we take, and we can give it any desired shape. So the soil can be given any required shape. This property of soil will be called as plasticity. Because of its plasticity, we can use it to make the articles of variety of shapes. Just now we have seen the example brick, earthen pot, a vessel. These articles can be baked to make them hard. If you've seen the earthen pots made up of soil, see, whenever they have created and when they have provided enough heat, they become a strong material. Baked to make them hard. Water storage, earthen pot, earthen lamps, idols, bricks, etc. are the articles made from the soil. So under the plasticity, what are the real life examples you will write for this? Water storage, earthen pots. Water storage, earthen pots we have seen in your house. Earthen lamps, idols, bricks, etc. are articles made up of soil. So what are the uses of soil? For the plant conservation, water conservation, plasticity are the uses of soil. Next point we have some useful types of soil. First, in this we are going to see china clay, shadu soil, terracotta soil and multani soil. These 4 types of soil we are going to see into it. First we will see china clay. China clay is also called as kaolin soil. It is white in color. If you have seen the china clay, its color is white. It is used to make the crockery, bathroom tiles, tanks, laboratory apparatus, masks, jars, etc. As the color of it is white in a natural, and they are used to make the articles such as bathroom tiles, crockery, tanks, laboratory apparatus, masks and jars are the uses of china clay. Next we have shadu soil. This we have seen in our area. It is also white in color and it is used for making statues and idols. In the Ganesh festival we have seen the shadu soils Ganesh. Ganpati's idols we have seen. Next type of soil we have terracotta soil. This soil is red in color. It is used to make the decorative articles, pots used for growing the plants, and are made from this soil. So you can see the examples of it. Red in color used to make the earthen pots, pots in a house, and any decorative articles. Idols of small your actions figures also can be made from the terracotta soil. Next we have as a Multani soil. This uses, all of you already might be knowing, this soil is used in cosmetic. The Multani soil's color is also a white in color. They are used as a cosmetic product. They will be applied for the skin repair. So which are the some useful types of soil? China clay, Shadu soil, terracotta soil and Multani soil. China coal is also called as kaolin soil. China clay is an industrial mineral of type kaolin. It is found in China. That's why the name it is given as China clay. Hence it is called a China clay. And what is the special thing about it? After heating it, the soil acquire a glaze and hardness. Therefore, it is used to make the crockery. For this, you can refer this example. See, China clay, it is an industrial mineral of type kaolin. And it is found in China. That's why it is called as China clay. And what is the special thing about it? After heating it, soil acquire glaze. Glaze means a shiny thing, like a mirror finishing. Okay, it gets a shine of it, and even the hardness. For this reason, it is used to make the crockery. Tomorrow we are going to see the soil testing. Before that, whatever we have learned, we will revise it through one video. In this we will see how the soil formation is done. Okay, we have discussed this in page number 21 as we started the point soil. How the soil is formed and what are the ingredients of soil that we are going to see now. That insect entered into the soil considered as organic matter of the soil.
Our topic for today is soil formation. Soil is formed by the combination of physical, chemical and biological processes in which huge rocks are broken down into smaller particles over a long period of time. Rocks undergo a process of expansion and contraction in which they expand during the day and contract during the night due to the constant rise and fall in temperature. However, not all parts of a rock undergo expansion and contraction at the same rate, resulting in the formation of cracks. Gradually, these cracks cause the rocks to break down into smaller pieces. With time, these smaller pieces convert into particles and form soil. Water plays an important role in soil formation. Water that gets collected in the cracks of rocks sometimes freezes, which helps in widening the cracks. Also, flowing river water helps in the wearing down of rocks over time, which results in the formation of soil. Strong blowing winds also rub against rocks and help in wearing them down. Lastly, some living organisms like lichens that grow on rock surfaces release certain substances that cause rock surfaces to powder down and form a thin layer of soil.
Okay, that is it for today. Tomorrow we are going to see the soil testing, why it is required, how it is done, and what's the importance of it.